Hello, this is going to be a super quick showing off kind of video. It has been 1 year now since the release of Avatar: The Way of Water. All of those McFarlane toys then are starting to really drop down in its clearance price sales. Throughout the year these toys have been on sale, but look at this, toys on sale at a price of 80 to 90% off, and I got a lot of really cool stuff here. I'll start with the biggest item of the box. I managed to get a skim wing for only $20 NZD. These things were close to 120 when they originally released. Now I actually already did have one of them, which I bought for I think $50 back at the midway point of the year, but since the wave featured two skim wing rider figures in Tonawari and Jake, now I have two skim wings for those riders. Keeping to theme with these mega fig inclusions, I did get that crab suit because it was only $15 NZD compared to that skim wing. And I bought this because the toy does spark a really interesting question on its inclusion though, because McFarlane never seemed to include a figure for this mech. The closest we got was the Quaritch figure from the first wave. He's the only figure that can fit in any of these vehicles, but it makes no sense for him to be in this crab suit mech anyway. I also managed to get some of the World of Pandora collection sets, two playsets in fact. It's the Shaq site battle, which included Neytiri and Quaritch in his mech. The site is a facade, as you can see here. It's a really disappointing one actually. This would have been so much better if it was a real genuine playset, not some weird fake display thing. The other one that I got was the Metcaina Reef Home, which came with two figures as well. Both of these sets cost me only $15 each. I paid around $60 or something earlier in the year for the Omatakaya playset, so yes, I totally should have just waited, but these sales really make up for those prices. All of these were around $100 or so when they released originally a year ago. And to bulk those out a little, I also made sure to buy some of the smaller editions. This is Neteyam and the Elu in an AMP suit, both from the Way of Water line. Each of these were only around $5 I think, originally priced at maybe $30 or even $35, so I think $5 is a really good deal. Now, back onto the main line of figures and my preferred set of figures. These are the 7-inch action figures and some of my favorite toys from recent memory if I'm completely honest. I got all three of the figures from the Way of Water wave, featuring Tonawari, Jake and Neytiri. I got these for around $15 each, down from the original price of 50 NZD. When the movie came out, these figures were mostly sold out actually around the Christmas time, but they started restocking them around January and February, and then it just became clearance prices. These figures were sold in most of the stores here. Everything that was Way of Water themed was, however anything that was themed to the first movie, those were all store exclusives to our EB Game Store for some reason. But speaking of which, I was able to get both Jake and Neytiri from the first movie wave as well for a clearance price too. Not as good as $15 unfortunately. I paid $25 for both of these figures, which I was okay with. These ones are a lot more exclusive and annoying to find, and because of how long that first movie has been around for, these are still the definitive looks for me personally, my preferred looks for the figures. So now I'm skipping ahead to the evening now, where I was able to locate my other parts to help fill in this collection and explain a couple of the missing pieces. I do have an AMP mega fig based on the Way of Water sets, alongside the Quaritch figure from the first wave that was released. I bought him at the start of the year for, you can see, a pretty good cheap price. You can see the sticker on there. They seriously charged $55 NZ for him originally. That's just crazy. All 6 action figures collected from both waves complete. I am missing an AMP suit from the first movie, as well as the Banshee mega figs for both Neytiri and Jake. Those Banshees are definitely very high on my wish list now that I've got the actual figures to go with them, but they appear to be long gone by now, so I don't like my chances there. But there you have it. Be sure to check out your stores if you're interested in any of these sets. For the NZ crowd, these prices are no longer valid unfortunately, but I do believe all of our retailers are trying to get rid of these for still pretty cheap prices. Be sure to compare and keep your eyes on them because they can only get lower from here, especially as we head into Christmas. I definitely want to cover some of these on the channel, especially those mega figs and the 7-inch figures, because it's a rarity for me to go all out on vehicle based toys for figure lines, but I really do love the line. So anyway, if you enjoyed this little haul video, I would appreciate a like on the video and subscribing to help see more videos like this and to support this channel. Thank you very much.